My ambition, moments, my ambition, moments. It's your girl, Tiffany. That's right. I'm back, yo. Uh-huh. I'm really sorry. Listen, I am working on being sane or pretending to be sane, and it's just falling apart for me. Welcome back to my ambition. Good morning, everyone. So, for this episode, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I actually wanted to talk about three low cost things with the highest return on my life as a mom. Yeah. So three items that have really given me the highest return. And I think especially as a mother who's super ambitious, but they're also things that just haven't cost a lot. They're nothing fancy. Um, Number one is my thermos flask. Now, I'm making sure that I'm saying thermos flask here because I know for American listeners, a while ago I did a post about having a flask, and then people, everyone got all confused. They thought maybe I had a bottle of whiskey or something I was carrying around the mornings whilst I'm doing school drop-offs. So just for the sake of this podcast episode and for social services, no, I don't have a flask. It's a thermos flask. And honestly, that has been a game changer. I mean, seriously, if you're listening to this and you have young children, please, please, please stop everything you're doing right now and go and get yourself a thermos flask. It really is a game changer. There is nothing like being at the park with your children, like at some ridiculous time of the morning or the weekend when all you want to do is sit down somewhere, but you have coffee and the coffee is hot. That is like it's hot coffee and children is a mythical concept. And just in that moment where I just sip that coffee and it's really hot, it gives me something. It just changes the dynamic of that moment with them. Um, it gives you something that's genuinely yours. You feel like the cat that's got the cream. I genuinely feel like that. I feel like I'm winning at life. I feel like, oh, I'm getting something out of this deal. And it's marvelous. They're getting something, they're playing, and I'm getting something too. And I know it sounds really small, but I think that's the whole point of this season of life, this season of having really young children. By the way, my children are 3 and 5. In the season, small luxuries feel enormous. And something as simple as a very hot drink, not lukewarm, not cold, it's a tiny thread of enjoyment that's just mine. It's just mine. And it really matters more than you can give it credit for. Yeah, it really is. It's changed my life. And now I'm like, every mom friend that I have, I'm just like, here's a flask, here's a flask. Do you have a flask? You don't have a flask? Here's a flask. Yeah, a thermos flask, by the way. Yes, a thermos flask. But yeah, it's a must. Please, please do me a favor, get a flask. And number two item that has completely given me a big return on my life is my gym membership. I'm part of a gym. I think I pay about £25. Now I know obviously people live in different parts of the world. I know that if you live in central London, for example, there ain't no way you're gonna find a £25 gym. So I do appreciate that. But my gym is like it's a bit like mid-range, it does have a sauna and it's actually priced quite well for that, isn't it? And I've got a sauna, all the equipment you can need is quite modern and it's I think 25, maybe 30 a month, but honestly, it's been a game changer. I managed to get back to the gym about 8 and 9 months ago, and it's been a game changer. Like I would rather like cut out other things in my life and have my gym. Like I don't mind cutting out. Like I need it. I need it because when my children now they're at that age where they generally want to spend time with other people, the grandparents, with aunties and uncles, or they want to do something with their friends. And when they go off to spend time with other people, I've got this thing where I leave the house at that same time. There's something about that. There's something really intentional about that for me. It's this idea of like, because as a mom, I think you almost want to sacrifice everything for your children, which is fine. But there's something about me building something in their absence rather than just sitting home and like waiting for them or wondering what they're doing. As long as I know they're safe and happy, which they are because they love it, they love the genuine. Like my son will say to me, Mommy, yes, I want to go, but I'll come back. Like it reassures me that I will come back, which is lovely and kind. But I really think it's important for me that I don't wait for them to return. Because when they come back, I meet them at a place where I've done something for myself. I'm not counting down the time. I'm not hovering, waiting. I'm not like twiddling my thumbs. I've done something. I've gone to the gym. I didn't put my life on hold. And I think that's even changed my relationship with them because, I think the whole idea of ambition and what we really, really, kind of preach on ambition is this idea that to some extent, you'll have to sacrifice some things, minimum. You'll have to give up some things. Absolutely. I mean, don't lie to yourself. I give up a lot. Like, there are certain parts of myself I have to put on hold. But there's also this idea of I'm not going to put everything on hold for a future season when the conditions are perfect, when my kids are older, when life is quieter, and, life is less busy, so instead, I'm finding myself in the margins of this season, and going to the gym is a big part of that for me. It's like I'm finding a version of fitness of my life that I can find in this season, and it means a lot. I mean, I remember when my daughter was born, my son was maybe like 18 months or so, and my daughter was tiny. We'd go to the park, and the only way I could get some exercise was to take my resistance band. I used to take my resistance bands to the park, and I'd be like pushing my daughter, and my son was playing around, and I'd be like jumping up and down, and people used to be like, "Oh my God, you're incredible!" But it wasn't about them saying I was incredible. I needed exercise, and that was the only version of it I could find. I couldn't go to the gym at that time. My daughter was too little, and they probably needed me more, like very, very hands on. And yeah, so now I've been able to actually go to the gym, even if it's like 45 minutes. And I mean, when I go to the gym, I set a timer, 45 minutes or an hour, like, because time, again, I don't have the time to like maybe sit around and chat to everyone or look around. So, but that's the version of me that I need in the season. And for me, it's worth paying for. Can't stress that enough for me. Going to the gym, doing something difficult. I'm focusing a lot on weights at the moment. So I've spent a big part of my life doing a lot of cardio, running. At this stage of life, for me, it's more strength. And you can probably see it in like my muscles, which I try. I really don't do like upper body, but somehow I've got one of those shoulders and arms that it's just any little bit of exercise, and you just like it just grows. But listen, I'm loving myself at the moment. I love my physique and everything, so I don't even have time to be insecure about it anymore. But yeah, I think for me, it's about, if I look back on this season of life, um, I want to know that I found pockets of me, and there's a version of me that exists in the gym, in my fitness, and I want to keep doing that. And doing that, especially when the kids are off doing their own thing, it feels really amazing. And that's where I've arrived with the gym membership. So yeah, I'd cut out, I don't know, maybe I'll buy less lipsticks or whatever, but I need my gym sessions. Yeah, I'll cancel everything else for that. And the last purchase, number three, is my earphones. Oh man, I mean, I've always been someone who loves music. By the way, I've got a Sony one. I've got like a wireless, by the way, wireless, Bluetooth. I think they were like 50 quid, but again, incredible investment. I've always loved music. I've always loved dancing. I'm someone who gets a lot from that, a lot of joy. Taylor Swift, you name it, whatever pop I'm out there like. So for me, I feel like when you have young children, time alone is quite scarce. So I'm all about, I want to make that time alone as amazing as I can make it. So whenever I get that time to myself and I can go out and listen to music, it just makes it worth its weight in gold, having that music, walking down the road, probably singing out loud to myself, probably dancing sometimes, but hey, listen, I'm just trying to enjoy this life I've got. So there's something about just being outside by myself, maybe if it's sunny-ish, even if it's like 20-minute, 30-minute walk. I'm currently building this walking habit where I'm trying to get out as much as possible. It's been really incredible for me because, like I said to you guys, past few months I've been going through some, quite difficult time, and being outside has been very therapeutic. And that's why I went back to the gym actually. And that's why I've got the music, and that's why everything feels really necessary to like lean into this idea of like getting joy, having fun, and music has been a big part of that. So yeah, music for me just flips that switch. That time to myself where I really enjoy. It's generally mine, and because in this season of life with children, You don't get that much to yourself, and that's okay. Like, I'm fine with that. So yeah, it's just music, but music, like I said, music has been therapeutic for me. It's how I reset. It's how I find joy. It's how I find silliness. I sing out loud, and I don't know, it changes something. Even at the gym, like, I need my music. I'm one of those always have music on. I will often take it out and maybe say hello to someone, but yeah, I'm big on the music thing. Um, and I think just having my Bluetooth headset and being able to go into that space by myself, again, it feels like a great investment. It feels like something that gives me so much more than the money. That £50 has been worth its weight in gold, and I cannot stress it enough. So yeah, I really think those three items for me, I keep coming back to the idea that, they're low cost, but they're super valuable to me in what they represent for me as a mother. And what I realized that it's about, in this season of life, is about, as I live in the margins, I want to optimize and maximize the joy in those margins. I want to optimize the growth in those margins. I want to build something, obviously recognize that time's limited, capacity is limited, energy is limited, but how can I maximize what's that those limited moments and limited gap? And that's what I keep coming back to. So yeah, there you are. A flask, a gym membership, and a pair of headphones. Who would have thought those could be like things that are worth an episode? But there you go. They just represent so much more. The belief that this season of motherhood is messy, it's exhausting, it's tiring, but it's also amazing. And it doesn't have to be one that I endure. I can still hold on to something for me, something just for myself. And again, they're not things that require a big budget, but sometimes it's just the way they give us a return is what makes it really count, what makes it really matter. There you go. So thank you for joining me on this one, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you are enjoying the episode, which I hope you are enjoying my ambition moments. Don't forget to tell a friend about us and connect with us on LinkedIn. Just let's all be friends. I think the motherhood really does build that bridge with other people, and we are definitely in that season of life, and we want to be part of that community. So yeah, come and chat with us, and yeah, let's get to know each other. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next one. Cheerio.